This guy right here is silently implementing a $100 million SEO strategy that not a lot of people are talking about. If you don't know who this guy is, his name is Hormozi, and he made $46 million selling his last business, Gym Launch, and he currently runs acquisition.com, which does $17 million a month with its portfolio of businesses. You see, over the past decade in SEO, I've generated millions personally and for the businesses I've worked with. Part of my recipe for success is studying smart marketers like Alex and analyzing their SEO strategies. After watching just a few of Alex's videos, it's clear this guy knows business and he definitely knows marketing. So naturally, I was curious to see what is this guy's SEO strategy. Given his expertise and resources, he must have some of the best SEOs on the planet working on his businesses. Well, after digging into some of his websites, I found some unexpected things. So in this video, I'm going to reveal 3 things. Number 1, of the businesses he's affiliated with, which are using SEO to get customers. Number 2, what is his SEO strategy for those businesses? And number 3, if I was running SEO for him, what would be the top 3 things I'd recommend he do? The first one I want to cover is gymlaunch.com. This is the business he's most famous for, in which he sold for $46 million. So for all types of analysis like this, I generally start by pulling up the website called Ahrefs. Just by looking at this one chart, I can tell Gym Launch does not in fact do any SEO. But wait, Jay, don't they have traffic? Well, technically yes, but it's all branded, as you can see here in the organic keywords tab. This is pretty common to see when a brand has a lot of paid ads like Gym Launch. People will see the ads, then Google the brand, which is what, again, you're seeing in Ahrefs. This is a shame because we know Google likes to see lots of branded search. It's possible that if Gym Launch did invest in an SEO program, they might actually be at a slight competitive advantage compared to their competitors. If you look at the pages on their blog, you can see that it's kind of a dumping ground for random pieces of content right now. None of those pages are optimized for any keywords people are searching for. The only non-brand keyword I see Gym Launch ranking for is the word client finance acquisition. So let's see what that page actually looks like. And just as I thought, a giant image with content below the fold. You hate to see it. Obviously, Gym Launch doesn't care, but best practice here is that you have content visible above the fold. Typically, Google places more weight on this text and it'll help you rank better. If you scroll down the page, you'll start to see some call to actions, which I do like, though I wish there was only one here. You just want to give readers one call to action. In this case, I would recommend the book a call to action is what I would have left. Most businesses don't even have anything, so this is still a plus for Gym Launch. And something I didn't like is that if I actually click that link to book a call, there's no attribution in the URL. I would try to include something like that. This is important because as a business, you need to know which pages are driving revenue. You should be able to source the leads by page they originate on. This will tell you which keywords you need to go after and which are a waste of time. So if I worked for Gym Launch, what would be my top 3 recommendations? Well, number 1, delete everything currently in the blog. No index everything, including the subdomains. They should not be ranking. If you check what Google has in the index for Gym Launch, it confirms that, again, there's a bunch of bloat and stuff that shouldn't be there. If for some reason the owners of Gym Launch wanted to keep those pages, I'd probably move them to some other part of the website. My second recommendation is that I would create content specifically targeting keywords like start a gym to attract Gym Launch's target customers, which are probably other gym owners. If you Google the word start a gym, you'll start to see what some of the competition looks like. In this case, Fitness Mentors, one of their competitors, has the right idea here. So let's go back to Ahrefs and do some basic keyword research. You could see that there's some potential page candidates starting to emerge here. Keywords like how much does it cost to start a gym, and how to start a CrossFit gym, and how to start a gym business plan would all be keywords I would go after and create pages for on gymlaunch.com. The third recommendation I would have for them is to completely redesign their blog post layout. The current one is terrible. Specifically, I hate white text on black. And if you look closely, the white text they have is actually just a shade of gray, which makes it even harder to read on a black background. What I would do is copy something like mastering.com has. They have a similar business model teaching people how to master music. So the template and the call to action can easily be replicated on Gym Launch. Also, you can see here that there is clear authorship on mastering.com by an expert. So I'd have 1 to 2 Gym Launch employees who are experts write for the blog for those start a gym keywords. Let's move on to the next website that Hormozi is affiliated with. In this case, the website and business is called useallen.com. This is a SaaS app that automates meeting scheduling for agencies. Similar to Gym Launch, useallen.com doesn't have much search traffic coming to the website, and the traffic it does have, it's all branded. If you go to the website, there's only one link actually on the website, and that's a link to sign in to the app. So yeah, no SEO strategy here either. Now, I know there's some people watching this and they're probably like, well, Shane, SEO would be a waste of time for this business, right? It's too niche. There's no one searching for what this product does. And while that might be true. Let's take a look. So with that said, here are the top 3 things I would do for them. Number 1, I would create a blog subfolder similar to how Jim Launch did it in my example for mastering.com. In general, for SaaS businesses, I always recommend they house all of their SEO content and blog content as a part of their SEO strategy in a blog subfolder, not a subdomain, and mimic post templates that you might find on mastering.com and one other SaaS website I like, kinsta.com. I like Kinsta's blog template because it's very simple with a narrow column of text. It makes it super easy to consume as a reader. So this brings me to the second thing I would have them do is create content targeting keywords like automated SMS marketing, which should attract high intent traffic looking for tools like Use Allen. In fact, looking at some of the competitors for automated SMS marketing, Textedly looks like a good model to follow to drive a content strategy off of. But there's a problem because useallen.com has almost no authority. If you look at the number here, it says 3.7, which means there are very few backlinks pointing to this website. So if they produce content, it wouldn't actually rank. And that brings me to the third recommendation I have for useallen.com. It's that I would have useallen.com leverage data studies as a content strategy to attract backlinks. Here's how this could work. From the data useallen.com creates via all this SMS texting, I would create a data study around the statistics around the effectiveness of texting to generate leads for businesses. This is actually something a competitor, easytexting.com, did back in 2002, and they got some good links from it. Obviously, there's still a ton more you could do for Use Allen, but that gets Use Allen on the right track. Let's move on to number 3 on my list, and that's Prestige Labs. If you're not familiar, Prestige Labs is also a former Alex Hormozi brand, specifically an e-commerce brand selling fitness supplements. Similar to Jim Launch and Use Allen, unsurprisingly, Prestige Labs has no SEO strategy. They do have a blog, though, with only one lonely blog post, even though that post isn't actually optimized for any keywords. It's a shame, too, because they actually have a fair bit of authority with a DR of 57. If you go back to useallen.com, they only had a DR of 3.7. Now, this is mainly because they got some good links from Fortune and Trainer Eyes. I will say, though, that the SEO competitiveness for supplements is pretty fierce, though very lucrative if you can rank. An e-com site I know dominating in this space is actually a website called transparentlabs.com, which brings me to the 3 things that I would recommend Prestige Labs do if they wanted to get into SEO. Number 1, I would go to transparentlabs.com, look at their blog, and use that to inform the content they should write about. They are a great North Star, both in what content to write and how to write it. Number 2, get writers with some credentials and produce content, again, like Transparent Labs. And number 3, I would have Prestige Labs start an affiliate program to compete with Transparent Labs and its affiliate program. You can see theirs listed here. Now, you might be wondering what an affiliate program has to do with an SEO strategy. You see, you do this because your affiliate program naturally generates backlinks back to your site. You can see this in action here on healthline.com, linking to transparentlabs.com. While this is an affiliate link, this is still a link and does pass some equity to Transparent Labs' website. This allows Transparent Labs to compete on these ultra-competitive keywords in organic search. As a side benefit, getting included in these roundups can also help Prestige Labs get mentioned in these AI responses just like Transparent Labs does. Okay, let's shift gears a bit and look at our next site. A site that Alex himself still owns to this day, and that's acquisition.com. It's his flagship home base and brand for himself and his wife, Layla. Now, there has to be some kind of SEO strategy here, right? Well, yes and no. You see, like other sites, it's pretty clear that they are not intentionally investing in SEO, but there still is a strategy here. Let me explain. All of their traffic comes from branded search. That is, people are aware of who Alex is and are Googling to find information about him. And this is where things start to get more interesting, because Alex and his wife are so prominent, acquisition.com starts to get these natural link pickups. Links from Inc.com, Fortune, and iHeart. This is what I like to call a personal branding-led link building strategy. Now, link building is the hardest part of SEO, and in this case, it's already taken care of. How cool is that? So what are my top 3 recommendations for Alex and Layla to up their SEO game if they want to be more intentional about it? Well, since I'm a business-first SEO, the first question I always start with is, how are they going to monetize the traffic if they got it? What is their funnel? In this case, it appears acquisition.com monetizes in 2 different ways. Number 1, they want to find businesses to part with on an equity basis. And number 2, they do these scale workshops, which I'm sure they charge a lot for businesses to attend. With that in mind, here are the top 3 things I recommend they do for acquisition.com. Number 1, create content targeting keywords like SaaS business valuation or even how to value a company to source leads for that partnership offering. These keywords don't have a ton of search volume, but the intent is nearly perfect for what acquisition.com is trying to do with its partnership model. This means that the conversion rates from that traffic should be much higher. Number 2, create content targeting keywords like how to scale a business, business and how to manage a team. Similar to number 1, this is going to source better leads for their workshop offer. And number 3, I would include contextually relevant call to actions depending on the page. The contextual relevance here is key. I see businesses fumble with this all the time. For example, if they create a blog post about how to scale a business, the call to action should be sign up for our workshop to scale your business. Don't get cute with it. Given how much Alex and Layla are investing in acquisition.com, they really should establish an SEO program. The strategy would be pretty content heavy given that they're already getting links naturally coming in from their personal branding work. What I probably do, again, is high level. I just have them publish 100 posts on their website about how to sell businesses for the partnership offer, and then 100 posts on scaling business and management or leadership concepts to start filling up demand for their workshop offer. I'd see what kind of traffic that produced, and then I would look at the quality of leads and then scale up from there. They have great links and a good funnel. They just need content. Now on to the latest Alex Hormozi project. He's been quite vocal about never publicly partnering with any business until now. And that business he's partnering with, it's called Skool.com. And that's the final website in this list. And this one has to have an SEO strategy, right? And if you're not familiar, Skool is a membership SaaS company started by Sam Ovens, who is a successful information product marketer. He owned Consulting.com until he sold it to work full-time on Skool. So there is a lot to learn about this little SaaS and their SEO strategy. Let me break it down for you. First off, Skool works by letting users create communities. Users can set those communities to be public, private, or paid. If they set them to be public, Google can crawl and index the community. This allows Google to rank posts published in those communities. This is very similar to how Reddit works. In this case, communities are the equivalent of subreddits. And don't forget, Reddit is actually a $23 billion publicly traded company. And if you've been living under a rock, Reddit has actually been surging in Google search. You really can't avoid Reddit no matter what you're Googling. And not only is Reddit surging, but so are forums in general. Google wants to show more human and genuine interactions. Skool is in a perfect position to benefit from that, but let's go a little bit deeper. So as users create posts, think of each post like a page on a website. Each of those posts have dedicated URLs, which means they can rank in Google. For example, this person is asking a question, what size shop vac do I need? And because Google loves forums and Skool has a lot of authority, it ranks. So how does this tie into Skool's SEO strategy? It's actually pretty much genius. Let me break it down. When I build SEO strategies, there are 3 key parts: content, links, and brand. Skool has thousands of users creating content each day, ranking in search and generating organic awareness for the platform. There's your content. Community owners and users of those communities will link to their Skool communities from their websites, which is what Real Men, Real Style did in this example. There are your links. And then branding is covered via the fact that the entire SaaS is one big community. As Skool grows, they're known for learning and community. All these people are talking about it and sharing their communities. The branding just happens naturally. So their SEO strategy is actually built into the product. Again, just like Reddit, but in some ways better than Reddit because communities have this learning component, which Reddit is more of just discussions. So what are the top 3 things I recommend Skool do to improve its SEO? Well, number 1, Skool should train their admins and community owners to train their members how to create posts that rank in Google. More posts like what size shop vac do I need, and less posts like black cherry being the title. Post titles need to be in the form of questions to stand a better chance of ranking. Number 2, better spam monitoring. Now, I'm not going to show you any screenshots here because I think you could probably use your imagination, but Google is going to index everything, and sometimes there are nefarious community owners who will fill their community with spam posts, think like payday loans, adult content, that sort of thing, and they're going to try to rank in Google and get clicks to their communities for the spam content. This is actually going to hurt Skool's reputation with Google. Number 3, I would include some kind of basic traffic analytics to show which posts are getting views from the platform and traffic from Google. This would incentivize users to create more posts like those that are getting traffic to get more members for their community. Now, I doubt Alex had much, if anything, to do with the SEO of Skool, but the guy is smart, so I'm sure he sees a version of what I'm seeing in terms of how to get visibility. And given the size of Reddit and how much Google loves the type of site Skool is, I very much think they're running a $100 million SEO strategy here. And guess what? If you want to build a SaaS strategy as good as Skool's, I just published my full guide to SaaS SEO, which is the next video you should watch. And if you're a business and you want my help with your SEO strategy, use the link in the description below to book a call with me. See you in the next one.